everyone, it's Paige. We're back from another YouTube video today, and we're going to tackle a topic that is much discussed and near and dear to my heart. It is how to grow the game. We hear it all the time, but what does it mean? Why is it important? And how can we actually take positive steps to grow the game? We're going to play a little bit, talk a little, be fun. So let's just enjoy it today. I know this is a serious topic for a lot of people, so let's try not to get too worked up. There's no right or wrong way to grow the game. I think anything that helps is a positive move in the right direction for golf, and I feel like we need to hear people out, hear what they have to say. I think it's all beneficial, so let's not get too worked up in the comments down below, but let me know what you think will grow the game of golf and help bring more people in, make it more inclusive, just better in general overall. So leave a comment down below and don't forget to subscribe. So for me, when people say growing the game, I get a little frustrated with this. You're probably wondering why, because it's a great topic. It is, but I feel like the term growing the game is a very PC term that companies, individuals, and others use in the golf community to kind of sound good, like they're doing something that's positive and good for the game, but I actually never really see a lot of progress in the right direction. To me, I still feel like it is very exclusive, it's expensive, golf can be slow. I don't feel like there are a lot of things that are being changed that are actually helping and making people get into the game. And these are just my opinions, I could be way off, but this is just how I feel as a woman in the golf community. I don't feel like they actually want the game to grow because they like how it is. It's making enough money, it's doing well now, so why would they change? They are living the dream. But as it goes on, not a lot of people are coming in. Golf courses are closing. It is still very exclusive. I think things need to change, and I feel like people are so scared of change, especially in golf because it's such a traditional sport or game, and they don't want to actually see anything change. They want to keep the tradition alive of golf, and I understand that. I think you can preserve what is great about the game of golf, but you can also be progressive, and so new people come in. One thing for me, and I talk about this all the time, is dress code. For me, it's not just so I can show off my cleavage and my body. It actually has, as you're looking at my outfit right now, everything that you're looking at that I'm wearing is something that I can find in my closet. A basic tank top, leggings that I work out in, tennis shoes that I have. Golf clothes are very expensive. It's a luxury to buy nice things, and golf clothes are expensive, and a lot of people can't afford to buy a whole new golf wardrobe to go out and practice or to play. I think that public golf courses should have a lenient dress code to bring more people in. I think it'll make people feel more comfortable as well because they're not nervous if they're dressed wrong, if they look the wrong way. They will just feel comfortable there. For public golf courses. For country clubs, private golf course, they can do whatever they want. And I don't think this applies also to the PGA Tour or the LPGA Tour. Again, they can have a whole different set of rules, but I think for public golf courses, they need to make the dress code more lenient. Dress code and why I think it has a bigger importance to it. I think that a lot of people will say that, well, part of golf that is so great is that you look professional. Again, this has nothing to do with the LPGA or the PGA Tour. They can still have that, but for public golf course, things need to change. Another thing is, this goes back to dress code as well, clothes are expensive. Golf is just expensive in general. Clubs are expensive. So how can we drop the cost? Well, one, you can play golf courses that are good public muni golf courses that aren't super expensive. There's plenty out there. You can go really early in the morning, or they have awesome twilight rates. That's another great way to get more people in it. But I think there needs to be more options of maybe a 3-hole cost, or instead of just 9 or 18 or twilight, whatever it may be. I think you need to give people more options. If they only want to play 2 holes, how much will that cost? Maybe play by each hole. It's also really time consuming, and that goes back to the same. What if they only want to play 2 holes or 3 holes or whatever? I don't think the cost should be dictated only on 9 holes or 18 holes, and that's that. I have 90 yards now and I'm going to hit a pitching wedge into the screen. Good shot. I just feel like with golf, it's just so black and white. Like you can only do this or you can only do that. And I think there needs to be more kind of fun alternative golf courses out there that give people the opportunity to spend the amount that feels comfortable to them, or play the amount that feels comfortable to them. I don't think it has to be one way or the other, and that should change. And I think there are ways that golf courses can make it better. Do maybe loops of 3, loops of 6, you never know, instead of just being like you can only play this much. And I think it'll also bring kids into the game as well, because they get very bored easily right away. So maybe only playing 3 holes is perfect for them, but you're not spending a 9-hole rate on you plus your significant other plus a kid. That's, for a lot of people, they can see that as a waste of money and a waste of time when they could be doing other things. Another thing is people always say that golf takes too long, and I agree, it definitely does. Nothing is worse than playing a 5-hour plus round of golf and you just waiting on every single hole on the group in front of you. I haven't cracked this code yet on, and obviously no one else has, on how to speed up the game. So leave a comment down below on how you think golf can improve pace of play. I think it's difficult because a lot of people watch the professionals play, and they play at a much different speed than most people should. Even the professionals shouldn't play that slow, and so I think a lot of people are copying what they're doing. There's so many things that you can learn from professionals, but pace of play should not be one of them. You could talk about tee boxes being a part of it, and moving up to a tee box that is more fun and more suited to your golf game. That could be one. A lot of people say that golf courses now are just too long and the golf ball goes too far, and so if you limit the golf ball, the courses will become more playable. I haven't really seen any change with pace of play. I get very frustrated with slow rounds of golf, and one thing I try to do is I be respectful. So if I'm having a bad hole, maybe I just pick up and I move on. Be ready when it's time to go, or if the cart goes come, have your money ready. Be ready to order. Just try to do everything you can just to kind of speed it up. And I'm not saying you have to run through the round and it's not enjoyable, but if you're just standing here and not paying attention and someone else is going, and then you start your routine, don't do that. Like, there's things you can do in between your shots to speed it up that will help other people as well, and hopefully you can carry that on to other groups that you play in and kind of show your playing partners what you should do. I don't know. I don't really know how that we can speed the game of golf up. I think it does need to be that was not good. I think that there needs to be a lot of progress with it. I just picked up, walked away, we're good to go. But I don't know. I'm really interested to hear what you guys think about it and other things that we can possibly do to speed pace play up. There's a clash right now between the younger and the older generations when it comes to golf, and I see this a lot on social media, and I think this is very hurtful to the image of golf. When there's small little changes that come out, maybe it's guys wearing shorts in a practice round, or Ricky Fowler not wearing his shirt tucked in. There's so much outrage and negativity when small things are changed, and I think that's very hurtful for the game, and it also portrays this negative image of the people who play golf based on what you're saying. If you don't like it, that's fine, but there's ways to voice your opinion without crossing that line. We need to be more open-minded to change and progression, because the sport is going to die if we don't do that. And I know you guys don't believe me because, again, golf is great right now, but it's not always going to be like this. We need to try to think and be more open-minded about ways that we can get younger generations into the game of golf. Nothing is going to ruin your experience or change anything for you. You can still go out with your group of buddies, have a great round of golf, and not even worry about someone else. But I think we all owe it to ourselves to not be so hateful and judgmental when it comes to small little changes. When I've tried to introduce new friends to golf, one thing that they've always talked about is how they don't feel comfortable out on the golf course or in a golf environment. But you have to remember that if someone's coming out and they're new to the game, don't scold them or make it a negative experience for them because they don't know. If they walk in your line, don't yell at them. If they don't know where to tee up on a tee box, help them instead of saying, "You're not a real golfer, you don't know what you're doing." Be more positive and tell them, help them. I mean, we want more people into the game, so why would you make it such a horrible experience for them when they just don't know any better? Or don't make them feel bad by the fact that maybe they're not very good, or they just don't know that you should pick up your golf ball after a while if you're holding up play. Like, these are things you need to teach people. If you're going somewhere and picking up something new, it's very intimidating and it's very scary, and it's tough at first. And so when you go in, you want the experience to be great. And I think that goes for people who also work in the golf industry. If you're working in a golf club and you see someone's new, don't just stand there and have them figure it out or maybe make fun of them. Go out of your way and say, "Hey, do you need help? Do you need lessons? What do you need? How can I help you?" And I think that'll make the experience a lot better for a lot of people. It's definitely really scary, especially if you're in the minority group. Being a woman going into a new club, I still to this day am always nervous. And I think we also need to open up and listen to other people's experiences. I hear from a lot of white, rich men that golf is great. Well, yeah, golf is great for you because look around, everyone looks like you. You don't know what I go through. You don't know what other people go through. And so instead of thinking that golf is great and it doesn't need to change because you're having a good experience, doesn't mean that other people are having the same experiences as you. So as a young woman, I feel like people need to listen to what I'm saying, or if someone in a minority group is saying, "I don't feel comfortable, these are the reasons why," don't diminish the fact that they feel uncomfortable. If I feel that way, other people feel that way, and that's a bad look on golf. I am still talked to in such a condescending way as if I don't know the rules of golf. I don't know how to fix a divot. I am not a real golfer. That's so frustrating. So if I'm a new golfer and some guy is speaking to me that way, or a woman, that's not okay. I'm not going to go back. I'm not going to experience the same thing because I don't want to go through that. I'm not going to play golf anymore. So we need to be more careful of what we're saying to other people, new golfers, be more welcoming to people who are coming in. Rant done. We'll hit this shot now. I have 110 yards uphill, green. I had a bomb drive actually. I just switched to the TaylorMade TP5 golf balls, and they are flying so much farther, and I've been like having a really great experience with them, so I'll maybe do a ball review, but this is the farthest I've ever hit this drive, and I'm excited about it. Okay, I think I actually hit that pretty close. This kind of falls in the same line of making people feel comfortable and welcomed. I see this on social media all the time, and it drives me bananas. If you see someone on the driving range and they don't have a great swing, or they're doing something that might be a little quirky, don't film them. Don't freaking film them and then post it on social media and have everyone laugh about it. That is the absolute worst thing you could do. If they see that, you think they're going to come back and hit golf balls again? No, they're not. Why would anyone ever do that? You cannot post videos without someone's consent and make fun of them for doing an activity. Have you ever done something where you have looked stupid, or maybe you're uncomfortable? How would you like it if you turn around and someone's filming and laughing at you, and then the whole world is because it's posted on social media? Just don't do that. Like, it's easy to do, and just don't film someone and post it. When I post on social media, I like to make things really fun and lighthearted, and I feel like with golf, we get so stuck on tradition and doing everything by the book that we lose fact of the reason why we actually all love golf. Doesn't matter what course you're playing, doesn't matter if it's a country club, the nicest course in the world, or a dog track. What we love about golf is the relationships and the friendships and having a good time out on the golf course with your friends. That's it. That's all we're worried about, and that's what makes golf so much fun. The best rounds of golf I've had are just when I'm messing around with my buddies. I owe everything to playing golf. I've met so many amazing people. I've learned so much about myself. It's such a great game, and I want as many people as possible to experience that, and you should as well. And we need to focus on that and not be so negative and hateful towards one another. I have a birdie putt now. It's about it's like 6 feet. Okay, so we made our birdie. Apparently, I just need to rant to hit good golf shots. Maybe this is what I was missing in my life, is just some fire in my belly to get me going. But it just really drives me crazy. All you need to do is just treat people with kindness and respect, and that's it. There's so many things that you can do, and I just barely scratched the surface. I'd love to do more videos like this if you enjoyed them, on how we can grow the game and kind of have an open dialogue on what should be changing and how we can make things better. I would love to hear what you guys have to think about this. I have so many other things that I could talk about. I just didn't want to make this whole video kind of not negative, but more in a serious tone, and you guys never actually see me be very serious like this. So we'll finish out the next couple holes just playing and talking a little bit about course management, but I really hope you enjoyed this part of it, and we'll just play a couple holes really quick. Okay, so we're going to play 2 holes, and it's par 5, 560 yards. It's one of the longer ones at True North. Wide fairway, not much out there except for a bunker on the right side, so I'm just going to go up the left center. Okay, left side, good to go. It's probably me like a 3-wood 8-iron in. So I still have like 340 in, so definitely 3-wood. Nothing out there. Hole's long, but it's wide open, so I just need to hit in the fairway and set yourself up for a good approach shot in. Hit that thin, but I think it's actually going to be okay, so we're good to go. It's 123 to the pin, and I'm going to hit an easy 9-iron so I can flight it down a little bit and really control how far this goes. Flies decent, a little below my feet, but I don't think it's going to be too much of an issue. I'm going to play it a little bit left, since when the ball is below your feet, it tends to move to the right, and if it's above your feet, it moves to the left. So this is below my feet. It's going to move a little bit, but not enough where I think it's really going to affect it, especially since I have a 9-iron, so I'm just going to go a little left of the pin. I hit a great shot up there. It looks like, hard to tell. Oh, actually ended up rolling off the greens. Greens seem kind of firm right now, but I think I have about 10-15 feet for my birdie. So I rolled a little bit long. I'm in the fringe. When you're in the fringe, you really don't have to do too much. It's not sticky. It's just gonna kind of roll on out. So you don't feel like you have to do too much with it. Ooh. That was a good putt. Obviously you always want to try to make a birdie, but leave yourself with a good par and no stress. No stress pars are the best kind of pars. Par 4, it is 354 yards downhill. This one looks a lot more narrow from the tee than it really actually is. So it looks like it cuts in pretty hard, but it's actually really wide down there. So you just need to hit a good drive and not really worry about anything. Especially on desert golf courses, everything kind of looks very narrow because you don't have the trees and kind of holes next to each other. So you just have to really focus in on your target and the shot you want to hit, and try not to worry about all the desert that you see out there. It can be difficult because it's definitely target golf, but just try to really focus on your shot, your routine, and what you can control. Good. So if you are still not confident with maybe a driver off the tee on desert golf courses, take something that you feel confident with, maybe a 3-wood or a hybrid, just to get in the fairway. There's nothing wrong with that, having a little bit more in than, say, losing a golf ball and having to re-tee. So never feel scared to take something off the tee that you feel more comfortable with if you're on a new golf course or a golf course that looks visually intimidating to you. About 75 yards in. This is a tough green. It's not the longest hole, but it's a really tough green. There's a big bunker in front of the pin, and the greens are usually a bit firm, and they tend to always put the pin either on the back left section or in the front. So you do want to be on the right side coming in, but I didn't do that, so I'm gonna have to hit this pretty high with some spin on it. I'm gonna end up going to the right side just because the bunker, the way it's set up, so if I do hit a little fat or I don't execute it perfectly, I will not be in the bunker, and I'll still leave myself a good length birdie opportunity. One thing that's really important is that when you're out on the golf course is to not get too greedy and take what the course gives you. I see a lot of people try to go for shots that they just don't really have in their bag, or they try to go for things that are too risky. If you really want to shave shots off your score, play smart. Don't go for a ton of pins. Try to usually go for the center of the greens. If you're gonna miss, try to miss in the right spot, which I know is difficult because you can't really control that. But you can control certain things. If you hit it in trouble, don't try to hit a miracle shot. Just punch it back out, take your bogey or even your double and go. Just play smart. So I did exactly what I told you guys not to do, and I hit it in the freaking bunker. Again, there's just things sometimes that you just can't control, and hitting a bad shot is one of them. I tried, I had the right mindset, I was committed to the shot, and it just didn't work out. So we'll just try to get up and down from the bunker and make a par. So I really badly misjudged that. I was trying to hit it really high and spinny, and I ended up just hitting it really high on the face, and so it went significantly shorter than I was expecting it to go. So now I have this lovely bunker shot where it's kind of uphill, also an awkward angle, or distance and angle. This is where the slope is actually going to help you. I don't have a ton of green to work with. but since it's on an upslope, it's actually going to help me so I can hit this a little bit harder because I know it's going to shoot up in the air and spin a little bit more. So just going to be aggressive and commit to the shot here and hope for the best. Okay, so I hit a really good shot. I executed. I did everything that I wanted to do, and that's all you can do. Sometimes it works out like this shot, and sometimes it doesn't work out like the shot that put me in this bunker. So I made my par. One thing I really try to focus on short putts or stressful putts, where you're either trying to like save a par or trying to make a birdie and it means a lot to you, is focusing just on the line. And I usually pick a spot where I want the ball to roll over, and that is what I focus on. I don't focus on the outcome if I miss it, or even if I make it. I only focus on what I can control. I really hope you enjoyed this YouTube video today. This one was fun to me. Talked about some topics that really, truly mean a lot to me. Played some holes, talked about confidence, and don't forget to subscribe, leave comments, likes, and I can't wait to see you guys next time.